you lay the blame on Steve Ballmer with the destruction of value in this company and how it's gone nowhere. What do you think was the main issue there?
It's sort of hard to say, well, it's one. I would make it two. One of them is Ballmer's total lack of vision in terms of where Microsoft should be. I mean, just listen to that last piece that came in. We have operating systems, we have Microsoft Word, we have phones, we have tablets, we have servers, we have gaming stations. You know, Microsoft has been trying to compete with everybody,
right,
and doing it on the basis of me too. You know, Apple comes out with a great, you know, the iPad, and well, we'll do one too. But by that point, Microsoft is so far behind. Yeah, it's too late. Now, the other serious problem that Ballmer created was a management style where there's something called stack ranking, where all of the engineers and developers were pitted against each other, and every year, you know, somebody was going to be dinged, people weren't going to get bonuses, and you created this situation inside Microsoft where people were sabotaging each other.
Wait, what is this stacked ranking that you're talking about?
It's a system where people are ranked, are force ranked. In other words, if there are 5 people, you know, 2 of them are going to be ranked well, 1 of them is going to be ranked middle, 1 of them is going to be ranked as you know, below average, and 1 of them is going to be ranked as get out the door. And when you have something, you know, you could have the top 5 CEOs of Google and Sun and, you know, Apple, and you put them all together, well, 1 of them has to be fired. And when you create a system like that, you create such internal division that the goal is not, it's not let me develop the best product to compete against Apple. It's, well, that's secondary. Let me make sure I'm not the one who's fired this year, or that I get the bonus.
Kurt, you know, as I was reading through your piece, what I'm wondering, though, is if the corporate culture was so destructive, and if it was, in fact, that staffers were basically, you know, they essentially try to sabotage each other, why would the board let this happen? Why would Ballmer have stayed on? Why would Bill Gates have let Steve Ballmer stay on for so long?
Ballmer was given way too much rope. There should have been much more of a lockdown on him at least 2 years ago. When I wrote my piece, it was just before Surface came out. It was just before Windows 8 came out, and really it was, you know, I intended it to be, don't expect much from these, because this is the system that's producing them. And you know, the fact that the board did not grasp what was going on, didn't see the fact that Microsoft,
but why didn't
really
they?
has not earned.
You see, that's the question. Why didn't they?
I would say that they didn't meet their responsibilities. You know, it's sort of, you sort of stand back and say, why does somebody mess up? It's like, because they didn't do a good job.
Right. Okay, so who, in your reporting and as you've been talking to people who know Microsoft well, have you heard any list of short candidates, a short list of candidates from Microsoft? Is there anybody out there who'd want to take this job?
I mean, a lot of the lists of candidates are just people's guesswork. You know, one of the big problems here, and what I would say is the thing Microsoft needs, is the company needs to be busted up. You know, it has so many competitors, it has so many divisions that have nothing to do with each other. You know, you need to spin out its entertainment division, which includes Xbox. You need to shut down its web search division, which is Bing. You need, you know, you've got the money makers, which are Windows and Word and servers, but Windows and Word do have the huge challenge of PC sales dropping. And so you need people, you know, you have Windows Phone, great product, but it's true, it's not selling. Yeah. And I think part of the problem is had Windows name in it. And what you need to do is really bust this company up, focus each division on what it does well, and shut down the ones that don't do well.